Here we go.
All right out of the gate, Ben showing that he wants to take over.
If I was playing with Ben, I'd probably want him to do the same thing as well.
Whoa. Oh. Nice shot.
Looks like a ball rolled behind them, which is a little bit distracting there. So they replayed. Little cat and mouse going on here. I like the patience out there.
Oh. I think that might be the longest point that we'll see here today. Oh. All
Yeah.
right.
Colin got tagged there.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think players back home that are watching this, they kind of see the fast shots winning the point, but it's these slow shots that are setting that up for them.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody gets kind of caught up in those fast shots that win the point, or you want to pay attention to what gave them the opportunity to hit the ball fast.
Oh. Uncharacteristic shot into the net by Ben there.
Yeah. The strategy right now, it's real interesting to see Dave and Althoff be that patient with the slow game, with all the dinking. They're allowing the Johns brothers to speed it up and take the riskier shot when they speed it up. Right now, that seems to be working for them. There you go.
Yeah, Weinbach did a great job just taking all of Ben's pace and kind of using it against him there. I mean, that's one of the risks of speeding up the shot, right?
Right. Yeah, because right now, Ben and John are speeding the game up a bit, but when they speed it up, they're hitting up at the ball.
Yeah, and Colin did a great job there of just moving Althoff back inch by inch by inch by inch,
Right.
and then waited for the opportunity to where he was back far enough, the ball was high enough, and he was able to speed that up.
Yeah. That last point, Ben would like to see a few more of those. 1-2
Yes,
punch.
he would. And Dave and Althoff are going to do everything they can to not give Ben those.
Right. Oh, nice play. Risky shot by Dave, but it paid off big time.
Hey, caught that corner.
Is that wind keeping it in, or what do you think?
It's gotta
What's
be.
the wind blowing right now?
It seems to have shifted directions a little bit. Because earlier, a lot of the balls behind Ben and Colin there were going out due to the wind.
Nice.
We have our first time out here, so we're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors.
Not today. Break's over. You dropped something.
That's a wicked backhand.
Wow.
Yeah, all right, that timeout paid off.
Certainly did.
Oh, good hands. Wow.
Oh, man, so I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised at what's happening out on the court right now. Not that I didn't believe that this was going to be the style of play coming from Dave and Althoff, but they are really dialed in, and they're being incredibly aggressive, and it seems to be paying off.
Well, right now they're just showing really good patience out there. They're letting Ben and Colin take the riskier shots. They're anticipating really well, just making Ben and Colin pay for it if they're a little off. Hey, behind the back.
Pretty impressive.
Did we replay that one?
I sure did replay that one. Wow.
I don't think it gets much better than that. What
This is
can
why I
you
like
say?
having the best seat in the house, right? Phil, I mean, come on.
Oof. So I think just knowing the history a little bit of these players, Ben and Colin have really quick hands, so I think their strategy coming into this would be to speed the ball up and have a matchup of who can react faster and be sharper with those shots. Right now, Dave and Althoff are taking advantage of that. They're winning all those points.
And throughout the day today, the side that Ben and Colin are on has been the side that has led to the most won games as well. Now, perhaps there could have been a shift in the wind. Perhaps it could be the playing style of them or their opponents. But obviously, that doesn't seem to be the case for them.
Oh.
I think Dave thought that ball was going to be pulled out maybe a little bit wider than it was.
Yeah, it looked like he was hoping for that for sure. It looked like the wind might have stopped it from going that far out. Woo. Good anticipation by Ben.
Oh,
It's fun to watch this matchup right now. You see that Dave and Althoff are a bit more emotional on the court. They're a bit more verbal with each other, calling the shots. And Ben and Colin, you have no idea if they're winning or losing right now.
that is true. They are much more calm,
Yeah.
reserved out on the court.
Mhm. I don't seem too worried right now.
No.
Colin just missed that shot, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tried that again.
Wow. Ben doing what he normally does a lot, coming out there, really spreading himself wide. Just pulled that one a little bit wide as well.
Good game.
Wow. Impressive play by everybody out there. I do have to say, I'm slightly surprised at the outcome. It definitely seems like, Dave and Althoff came off and put the pedal to the metal, never let off, played aggressive the whole time. Ben and Colin, perhaps maybe we're just trying to keep that ball in play, really waiting for the right opportunities. And unfortunately, even when they had the right opportunities, there were quite a few that went wide, went out, or Dave and Althoff were in the position to be able to return. And 11-6 was the final result of that game.
Yeah, Dave and Althoff, I mean, they played really sharp. They limited their unforced errors out there. They let Ben and Colin take the high-risk shots to create something for themselves, and they just had a response for everything. I don't think Dave and Althoff have to worry about changing up their strategy. Ben and Colin, same for them. They just need to play a little bit cleaner overall. I think there were a few uncharacteristic unforced errors for them that I would have to say they will probably clean up in this second game. We'll see what happens.
Here we go, game 2. Well, maybe Ben listened to your advice.
I was talking too loud.
And Webby's back. What's going on, Webby?
Hey, everybody.
What's the feel out in the crowd right now?
Oh, man. There's excitement all over the place. It's awesome. A lot of eyes locked onto this match right now.
Including ours. Looks like Ben is kind of asserting himself a little bit more into the point, doing what he does, making himself wide again, covering that center, really forcing them to play right on the line to Colin there. We'll see if Dave and Althoff maybe try and get one past behind him in order to force him back in a position.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you look at the way Dave and Althoff are lined up, Dave is just glued to the kitchen line right now, or Althoff, he's hanging back a step or two. So kind of knows his role. Althoff is going to be more defensive. Dave's going to be more offensive, staying close to that line. When you see Ben and Colin, they're both on top of that line, looking for the offensive opportunity.
Well, there's another example of the fast hands from Dave Weinbach, Althoff Merchant.
All right, the score is now 2-1.
Oh, ball in the booth. Right at my feet.
Wow.
Oh boy.
That'll make it 4-1 too.
I'm telling you, Phil. Ben and Colin, listen to your advice between games there, because it's exactly what they're doing. The shots that perhaps were just going a little bit wide, a little bit out last game are not.
Yeah.
And in this game, they're there.
Yeah, they didn't need to change much. It seems like they're isolating Dave quite a bit. Are either of you surprised by that, or?
I think I am a little bit. I think that we've historically seen in this duo them targeting Althoff a little bit more, maybe. Maybe they're seeing something in Dave Weinbach today that we're missing. Wow.
All right, we got a timeout. It is now timeout at 6:12.
Yes. We have a lot of sponsors that we want to thank, including our buddy Phil Metz here, who's part of Team Phil Realtors. Thank you very much for all you do to help with pickleball, not only on the in-court instruction, but also sponsoring us. Do you want to talk a little bit about Team Phil Realtors?
Yeah, no, we just switched over to John R. Wood Properties here in Southwest Florida. We kind of specialize in Naples and Bonita Springs. And we have a few listings around this area. We help a lot of pickleball players out. This is a great place for pickleball. The communities have courts, or you're really close to a court. And it's such a joy to help out all the pickleball players find their little piece of paradise down here.
Well, we appreciate it. And if anybody's interested in reaching out to you guys to help find a home or maybe list their home, what will be the best way to do that?
Oh, they can contact me, 239-287-1108, or pmetz, M-E-T-Z, at johnrwood.com.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and without help from sponsors like you, events like this wouldn't be possible. So very important and very appreciated.
We do what we can. But back to the pickleball here, I think it looks like in this second game, Dave and Althoff might be a little off, or Ben and Colin are a bit more patient right now. With when they're choosing to go offense.
So it looks like there's actually some comments going on Facebook that they were out of position on the 2 points ago right after the timeout, and that it wasn't called when Weinbach returned the ball. Wow. We also have a comment here from Julie Metz, who said, "Who gave Phil a mic? Are you all that hard up for a real announcer?"
They're pretty desperate, Julie. That is my sister in Kentucky, who will hopefully be moving down here soon.
All right.
All right, 7-1-1. And if you guys look around us, there's people everywhere. There's no free space anywhere. Like the stands are full.
Yeah, this is standing room only with a few rows deep.
Yeah,
right now.
That's right. Quite a different feel of this this game than the last one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, the score reflects that as well.
Oh.
You know, and we have seen that before in some matches where it's almost like Ben flips a switch and goes into Ben mode.
Yeah.
You know? Oh.
Is that the switch you were talking about?
That's the switch.
Yep.
He found it.
Right on cue.
Oh.
Althoff loses his footing there. And it cost him. Eight 3-1 is the score.
Wow.
Scott Yeager saying also the win making a difference now that they've swapped sides. Yeah, I would agree with it. However, I will tell you that historically throughout the day today, the side that Dave Weinbach and Althoff Merchant are on right now has historically been better in the outcome for teams. Wow.
Yeah, up to this point, that's been the case, but for this match,
Yeah.
it's been opposite of that.
And the wins could have shifted. Maybe it's just a different style of play. Who knows? But good point, Scott.
Yeah, it feels like the wind is going to go in from the John side to Weinbach and Althoff side right now. Because you're not seeing as many drives as for third shots from Ben and Colin that you saw in game one. Got to be a little bit more careful with that with the wind behind you.
Three 10-2. All right, back to game point with Ben and Colin. And that's game. We are going to game 3, folks.
I love a game 3. And we got it.
Yeah, we are big fans of game 3 in this booth.
That's right. And we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Had a couple questions earlier. Somebody had asked me, it was Rob Key Gonzalez, what kind of camera are you using? So we have two Sony AX700s that we're using for what we call the baseline camera and the replay camera. And this time I actually wanted to try and go with the new GoPro Hero 8 for the kitchen cam, so I can get that real wide angle on there. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like having the kitchen cam like this? It's got a little bit of that fisheye look to it. Do you prefer more of a straight on? Love to hear what you guys think. Please let us know. We're always looking to improve these live streams as best as we possibly can. So any feedback is greatly appreciated.
Here we go, game 3.
I think it's safe to say that Ben and Colin have the momentum going into this game 3. Regardless of what happens on this side, when they change sides, they get to finish on the side they won.
1-0-2.
Wow. If you notice there too, Ben was really coming over to the center there like he normally does, and Althoff was trying to check him a little bit, playing behind him, and that's important here.
Yeah, you definitely have to keep Ben honest when he's covering that center line the way he was. I was looking for Colin to change it up and go to Dave at some point in that rally.
Oh, wow.
Because you'll see now in this start of this third game, they're going to Althoff a lot more, where game 2, it seemed like he didn't see a ball. So I'm not sure why they changed that up.
One thing I always think is unique about Ben and Colin is their communication styles out on the court. A lot of times it could just be a look, the nonverbal communication, and because they are brothers, they have played together so much, they kind of have that effect. So
I think the look that Ben just gave Colin there was that second to last ball was going out.
Yep. It would be, it's an interesting dynamic, playing with siblings, playing with spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, everything like that. It does add a unique social dynamic to the team.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Some people can do it, some people can't. Lindsay and Riley Newman, they seem to do very well with each other. At the same time, they don't talk at timeouts. They kind of just go their separate ways because they both know what each other are thinking.
Hopefully they do.
Yeah.
Even though they lost that point, I thought that was the better strategy. That seemed to be working for them in game 2. That's a shot that Dave would like back.
Yeah.
Sure. High forehand, just wide.
All right, we've seen a little shift in the momentum here.
2-5-1 is the score.
Commentator's curse right there. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so it looks like even though that ball went a little bit wide, the call was that it touched Colin's paddle before it technically hit the ground and was out.
Yeah, that's just good sportsmanship. I think the ref would have struggled to make that call.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Dave had a little discussion with Ben and Colin, and they all seemed to agree that it did touch the paddle.
All right, so Dave and Altoff built themselves a pretty good lead. Now they're on the side that they lost on in game 2.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Dave and Altoff are locked in. They're winning these battles. They're winning the majority of these battles.
What were you saying, Eddie?
No, commentator's curse, man. It's a thing.
Three, 7-1. And that goes out.
Probably a little bit closer than Ben and Colin expected it to be, though.
Yeah. Just like that, it's 5-7-1.
Timeout is called at 6-7. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
It's no secret, I lose so many electrolytes when I play. Eventually, I either start cramping or I run out of gas.
Electrolyte Supreme gives me enough energy and hydration.
They prevent cramps, and what's really important to me, they help me to recover quicker.
I know I can push myself a little bit more and not have to worry about cramps.
I feel better, I feel good, and it's fun to feel good.
We're feeling great, we're energized, and we're ready to have a great day, right, Lucy?
And it's fun to feel good.
We all felt that one, I think.
I mean, the crowd was unanimous in the reaction, that's for sure. Ben with a little come on. You can see the emotion is changing a little bit here.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Ben step it up here a little bit. These guys do not want to lose this. Oh. Nice move by Dave. Dave and Althoff have to keep their cool out there. Say it again, it's one thing to get a lead, it's another thing to close them out. See what happens.
That one goes out.
Alright, seems to me that Althoff and Dave want to be a little more patient out here. They seem to be pulling the trigger a little early. It's not paying off.
And with that, we have a tie game, 8-8-1.
Colin did a great job, too, just leaning over, reaching, and keeping that ball in play from outside the kitchen there.
Oh, wow. Almost got to it. Couldn't quite get there. Very nice try. 9-8-1.
Here we go. Match point. You got to respect that shot, right? Being able to do that misdirect, put it behind Ben. Wow.